this is Chris, and today we'll be learning about polynomial synthetic division.
And hi, it's Elise, and today we're going to be learning about polynomial long division.
To properly solve a synthetic division of polynomial problem, it requires 5 simple steps. Number 1, set up. To set up the problem, first set the denominator equal to 0 to find the number to put in the division box. Next, make sure the numerator is written in descending order, and if any terms are missing, you must use a 0 to fill in the missing term. Finally, list only the coefficient in the division problem. Step 2. Once the problem is being set up correctly, bring the leading coefficient, which is the first number, straight down. Step 3. Multiply. Multiply the number in the division box with the number you brought down and put the result in the next column. Step 4. Add. Add the two numbers together and write the result in the bottom of the row. Step 5. Repeat steps 3 and 4. Alright, so let's take a look. We have this problem over here. 2x cubed minus 5x squared plus 3x plus 7 divided by x minus 2. In order to start, we have to set up the problem first by setting using step 1 and setting the denominator equal to 0 to find the number to put in the division box. So let's write it over here. -5, 3, 7. Next, make sure the numerator is written in the descending order, and if any terms are missing, you must use a 0 to fill in the missing term. Finally, list only the coefficient in the division problem. So as you see, 2 is over here. Step 2. Once the problem is set up correctly, bring the leading coefficient, which is the first number, straight down. So we're going to take 2 over here. We're going to take 2 over here and bring it down. Next, we're going to multiply the number in the division box with the number we just brought down and put the result of that in the next column under -5. So 2 times 2 is 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that product and we're going to put it in here under -5. Step 4, we're going to add these two numbers together. -5 and 4, we're going to add together, it gives us -1. Step 5, multiply the number in the division box with the number we just brought down and put the result in the next column. So we're going to basically repeat step 3 in this process. So we're going to do 2 times -1, which is -2, and then repeat step 4, which is to add 3 plus -2. It's going to give us 1, and we're going to do the same thing again with 1 and 2, and we're going to get 2. 7 plus 2 is 9. I'm going to circle the 9. Next, we're going to write the final answer. The final answer is made up of the numbers in the bottom row, with the last number being the remainder, and the remainder must be written as a fraction. The variables, or x's, start off 1 power less than the original denominator and go down with each term. Okay, so as you can go back to the original problem, we see the biggest exponent over here was 3, so that means our new biggest exponent is going to be 2. So our final product will be 2x squared minus x plus 1 plus 9 divided by x minus 2. Okay, so just to go over that we met all the requirements. So obviously all the numbers in the final answer must be made out of everything in the bottom row, so we covered that. And the last number is going to be the remainder, and the remainder must be written as a fraction. So we see over here that 9 is over x minus 2. And the variables, or x's, start off 1 power less than the original denominator. Yep, the original denominator was 3. We got it to 2, so we took care of that. And we went down with each term, so we took care of all of that. So we're in good shape.
To properly solve a polynomial long division problem, first you're going to want to divide, then multiply, and then subtract. So in the case of this question, we're going to try to divide 2x into 6x squared. So 2x goes into 6x squared 3x times. 2x times 3x is equal to 6x squared. After you do that, you're going to want to subtract the product of these two numbers from the original equation. So minus 6x squared, 0. And then you're going to take the next two numbers, so the 5 and the 3, and you're going to multiply those together, and then you're going to subtract it from the rest of the equation. So minus 15x, because the product of this is 15x, and you're going to want the inverse of that. So 7x minus 15x is equal to negative 8x. You're going to bring down the rest of the equation. So your new equation right now is negative 8x minus 20. We're going to refer back to the original equation, and we're going to take 2x and try to divide it into negative 8, in which you're going to get minus 4. So the product of 2x and negative 4 is negative 8x, but we're going to want to take the inverse of that. So it's going to be negative 8x plus 8x, which cancels that out. And then we're going to take the 5 and the 4, the 5 and the negative 4, which is negative 20, and then you're going to take the inverse of that. So you're going to do negative 20, it's going to become positive 20, and that's going to cancel out and leave you with 0. So your answer would be 3x plus 4.
Thanks for listening.
And have a great day.